shop. We got this guy going. It feels great when you're standing in front of it. I finally got the hole cut out almost all the way around, and I just need to clean it up and then weld the piece in there. I think I'm gonna cut off this lip around here a little more because it all gets covered up, and then there won't be this funky lip on the outside of the firewall. But I'm gonna get this damn steering column in, got a little bit of paint on it, got it fully welded on the tabs and the mounting bracket. I was putting the last couple pieces of kill mat that I had on the firewall because I got the firewall pad coming, and that'll be doing pretty good. And I was like, do you think this is how they figured the sound out? It almost sounds like when you're trying to connect on a phone call. Looks like we got everything pretty good. Got this. I bought the wrong windage tray, so I had to cut that little hole out. No biggie. I'll get the truck one next time. I thought I had the right number. And we just need a couple little spots of gasket sealer right up in the corner there. Let me go find the right stuff. Small block Chevy lovers. See that? Yeah, trunnion mounted rockers. And the ratio is 1.7 to 1. And they even got a tie bar across the bottom of the studs there. I bet you this shit would be super stout if you had another bar. But you can even upgrade the trunnions. Beehive valve spring. I put latches in just for the hell of it because I was maybe putting it on the trailer. And I put the rubber bumpers in so at least they close and they don't, I mean, they still rattle because there's no weather stripping and shit, but we're all good back here. I think I got 2 latches up here. See, 1, 2, yeah, we got the latches in the top. Bolts in the bottom, at least with a nut, so those should be just fine. What I do is I put the beer right by the bottom of the door where the draft is, and it's nice and cold. We got Jeremiah Johnson, mountain man, looks like a motherfucker I know in Montana. So, exhaust coming out this side over here. We're race ready, exhaust wise. Yeah, it's pretty funny to look at. Now that everything's kind of cleaned up, I got a couple, I'm just nutting and bolting and shit, you know, what you're supposed to do before race season. So anyway, we got all this under here. That's the exhaust just running out both sides. Nice and short and clean. Just nothing back here but a drive shaft. Back, we got most stuff wired up. All the wires are cleaned up down there. There's just the one speaker wire coming out to go into the sub, and then all the wires are tucked in, and we got our 3 wires for the turn and the stop lights. And we got plugs for that down here on each side. And then I got to make a plug for the tailgate. That's all I got left to wire. And then the fuel pump and the fuel tank I did yesterday. Oh, can't see a damn thing, Bear. Huh? What about it? What about it? Ah, whatever. I don't know. Does it let you turn on the damn light? Oh yeah, here we go. So there, we just capped off the feed line there. We don't need that. We got a vented cap. And yeah, there's the grounds. There's the fuel pump. Just got to pull the boot over and tighten and check all these connections one more time. We should be ready to check it and plug in and see if everything's wired right. So that's where we're at. Lots of good stuff. Oh, map sensor was yesterday. I got the plug in for it. Everybody's good. Moved the wire. Plastic welded those holes up. This was finally going to be hooked up to that thing, that cable. So when you select, just forgot to add this here, hot, cold, it's going to move that valve, and then that way there's no hot water in the car or in the system inside heating up the vents and stuff. So fresh air feel nice and cool sometimes, you know how old cars, how you can barely get cool air sometimes. As I'm sitting here working on this little bracket here for the heater valve, you know, shit like this, or to spend like 4 hours massaging and moving and trying, that's a lot what this project takes sometimes. And it's like, what am I doing here? I'll tell you what, this hole here where I mounted the bracket for the cable, I don't like it because I can't get to it when this bolt is in. So, and how I have to have the bolt mounted, I need the threads going up so they don't get gunked up by the tires slinging shit. Anyway, so I'm going to move it, you know, I'm going to fill it in and move it back, you know, half an inch. Plus it'll make the angle of it to that, the lever, you know, the angle is a little better, or and the throw or whatever, something about it that just the motion is smoother. So whip that up real quick. That's how these days go sometimes. But I got a lot of stuff done over the weekend that I thought was a lot anyway, so we'll see. People ask how you do the wiring, you know? All this wiring here. Got this other harness just about wrapped up. I just turn on the Iron Maiden and I sit here next to the damn thing on a chair with my pliers and the fucking pin chart. Just one at a time, Jack. I'm like, it's like building a model, you know, just one step at a time. Even you can do it. So I tried to fire up this fan the other day, my blower fan, and I was like, everything worked. It's like, oh yeah, the thing blows great air. But I'm like, what in the fuck is all that fucking racket? Well, that little dude, there was a mouse inside the damn thing. But I had to set up traps because I noticed mice were getting in the shop, and I have no idea where they just started coming from. But yeah, there was a mouse in the heater box. Pull a damn heater box off and see what kind of a nest they build under there after finally getting this thing to move, or, you know, turn over and whatever. I think we're dry up here again. I think. A man once said to me, don't come at me with your non-running bullshit. Okay, I gotta move this back about 6 feet. God damn. So we can pull that beast in, change the water pump. Took the day off to get this stuff done. I guess you will see my reaction to putting that motherfucker in reverse. This better work. I do like the way it starts, though. Woo, almost died, buddy. Will that go in reverse? No. How about drive? nothing. That's going to be a problem. Went to the junkyard this morning. We got some of these OBD2 connectors, and if you get them off a Ford Expedition or something, you get the cover that says Data Link Connector on it. So, you know, pro tip there for junkyard finds, because I've bought the covers separately and now I've seen them on a rig, so I take them now. Anyway, so we're going to put an OBD2 connector on this harness today, and we got the fuel system, we got a Walbro pump and a pre-filter going into our deal here, and then we're just going to put 3/8 return line, 3/8 supply line, and we have a full external fuel pump set up for the engine stand. I'm still going to work on the in-tank one, but I just haven't found the right tank to put the thing in. That I just don't have anything to use. I mean, I've tried different size buckets, and I thought about I think I might just build a little one. But anyway, I got like a 2006 and up fuel pump assembly, and what I wanted was a 2000 because it doesn't have the regulator in it. The upper ones actually have the regulator built into the fuel pump thing, but it's a little bit tougher to try on the assembly, but it's a little bit tougher to like switch pumps, you know, when you want to put a different pump in. So I want the other one where it's just pump only, and then I'll do pressure outside with one of these Corvette filters. I just, you know, you can put them close, plus if you could troubleshoot it a little easier in case anything goes wrong, you know, instead of in-tank shit. Just got done flow testing. I put it all away now. These are all bad. So somewhere between the motor that Mike had and my 6-liter, and we could blame it all on the 6-liter, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, pretty interesting though. They all flowed really close. Within a cc after 3 seconds of each one, so I mean that's not much, but we took the 8 closest ones and put new O-rings on it. I got to order a couple O-rings. I'm a few short, but there they are, all ready to go, just open to the elements. You know, who gives a shit at this point? And yeah, some of these, I think one of them leaked. One of them wouldn't shut off good or something, and then 2 didn't even fire. They wouldn't fire at all. I have no idea how that works, but yeah, coil bad or something. Anywho, so yeah, these are junk. Making progress. Got the tube through there with enough room to get it in and out with the inner fender in the car, and so now working on the intercooler. Just kind of tack this stuff into place, fitting it, just kind of get a little better fit around the radiator, It'll all come out again someday and get fixed up a little more, but this is a good start. We got this fitted around it, hood latch, and then we'll work on the down part piece and get that done. Kind of excited, not because I got the fire going in the shop, but check this out. So I want to learn how to read spark plugs really well. So I got spark plug here, and then I got this thing because I saw somebody else had one that was round. I think it was Induction Solutions or somebody, and they had a round one, CNC billet, and I think it came with the hole saw, but like I don't have $200, but I got a little bit of time, so I bought these spark plug non-foulers from Napa for $5 a pair. So we got $20 in there, right? It's going to twist into there. Let's try this. A little bit more. Oh shit. Then we can read the porcelain, son. Yeah, what we got here? Trying to make these damn videos short, right? That's easier. Take your Dr. Mom here. You know, we're going budget here. So now we can look at the damn thing. Hell yeah. And you can see, yeah, you can see if that spark plug got herpes or something. This is like 10 times better than I've ever done. And I've watched a great video by Steve Morris. And so now we got the tools to be an amateur spark plug reader. Trying to get this damn thing in the car. This car gonna have all the luxuries, I guess, or necessities, but plus that exhaust manifold. Oh, I don't know if I can zoom in, probably not. But anyway, let's flip. The exhaust manifold runs pretty close to that. You know, there's an air gap there, but it's pretty damn close. So I'm all happy to put a cooler on the power steering, and it gets a little better with the hooker headers for the turbo manifold. So this is just a stock manifold, truck manifold cut out and then plated around it. So I got me at least 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little more. So we got this all cleared out still. So hopefully this will go right here. Let me set this down. It's gonna end up going right about, I don't know, I made 100 marks, but somewhere in that neighborhood it's going to be going through. And we got the hoses off of it because this is a return line. It's on the non-pressure side or less pressure, so we're just going to be able to hose clamp it with some, I'm just going to use these like fuel injection looking clamps, you know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Obviously some modification has happened to this. I've cut off most of the middle of this damn thing. At least on the one side. I don't have the other side done yet, but when I tube it, I'm sure I will. But at least I've got it to make rad nail on chalkboard noises. And then, bam. So we've got that to sit in there. So we're going to see if we can't get the rest of this stuff to work. I may have to trim one more little hole for the damn lines to go through. We did everything we could do. We've used all the bad English I know. Yeah. It's a long day. You know, it's like, I don't know how many times I pulled this crap in and out, in and out, in and out, and I'm like, oh, there we go. It looks kind of silly running straight back there, but it don't have to move. Everything's solid mounted, so maybe I'll just put a thing up there, a bracket to hold that right above the control arm. And then what I'm going to do, and so this is ready for when I put the turbo in. I mean, I could put it in now, but I got to pull this core support out a couple times, and at least, and then probably clean it up and shoot some paint on it, the raw metal. But I'm going to hook this up down here, and then when I get ready, I'll just move this here over to there, and then when it returns, it'll go out of the power steering box, through the cooler, and then into the reservoir. So that should work out really well. It's got a really nice airflow, and yeah, there's clearance everywhere. It's a little tight. I gotta move it out just a hair, but I mean, it's right there. It worked out real well. And it's just going through a little hole there, and we're gonna open that up just a little bit, give it some clearance, and put some trim around it when we're done, so we won't have any abrasions. We'll be able to cool it. I don't think that amount of heat is gonna affect the intercooler too much. If I had more sensors, I could probably 100% check, but I think I'm even gonna put a valence across the bottom, help it pick up a little more air to the intercooler anyway. So, because I could hide a little bit of valence, blend it right in with that bottom piece. So, I might have to shoot a little dark color on that intercooler too. I don't know if I want it all shiny like that, or if I just want it black. But I thought I'd give it a shot. Y'all want to see this thing fire up maybe? Oh no, I strapped a filter on it just in case. I think it's ready to go. Okay, that's crazy. I'm sitting here looking at this thing, and this is the diagram I expect to see on this one here. 87 and 87A, right? Flips between normally open, normally closed. That's normal for most Bosch relays, right? Well, I'm fucking working, and I'm like, why aren't my new headlights working? You know, because I want to see them. I'm like, these things are going to look bitchin'. Well, this one goes from, it's just on and off. 87 and 87 both turn on at the same time. It doesn't have an A and a regular. So it's 30, 87, and 87. Same layout. You know, this one's made by Painless. I don't even know why this exists. You know, because you need two things to turn on. I don't even remember why I had that. Maybe it was for the fan. But this is what we want. I bet you they work now. Getting these lights working after that relay fiasco. If I didn't know a little bit about diagrams or relays, but I got out the meter, the ohm meter, you know, and I started testing it, and I'm like, well, these two are connected. That should never be. That's how I found it. Damn meter. Things made me more money than anything I own. I can't wait to test out these lights again with 4 of them. DOT approved. I didn't do no jackass move. I tried to get DOT approved LED lights, you know. I mean, dude, them things are blinding, folks. I mean, I'm sure these are still brighter, even the color of the light. You know what I mean? And then daytime running lamps. I feel like it's the same amount of light coming in your eyes, whether it's the daytime or the nighttime, still damn things pointed at your face. I mean, I know the little pupil things are smaller, but it's still got to add. There's got to be a way to measure that. One of my favorite features. An iPad in the app. It's an pair of AD-DA converters. Then you got plugs for a microphone and a and an instrument in there so you can record on the iPad.